Beautiful day, great people. How's it going? It's your boy Marlon Big Favorite. And I want to take this time to talk to the high school football recruits, class of 22. Obviously, we are on the eve of National Signing Day, and it's going to be thousands of kids across the country who's going to sign to their dream college and have an opportunity to continue their dreams as a football player and playing on the NCAA level. Big day for a lot of guys tomorrow. I want to talk to the players right now that aren't being highly recruited, and you have the skills to play on the next level, or you're on this eve and you feel pressure to sign somewhere you don't want to play, or you hadn't really got a lot of high hollers and you're wondering what's the next step. Well, before we talk about the next step, I want to talk to you guys about the recruiting process and how it has changed just in the past year. Okay, so the hot topic right now, and there was a quote I had reposted, I forget who posted it, and the quote is, "The transfer portal is killing high school recruiting." Now, I agree with that quote to a certain extent. Obviously, that quote has a lot of truth to it. You take a kid who was a big-time player in high school and has all the skills and the tools to play on the next level, and then you take a kid who have played on the college level, FBS, FCS, for the past 2.5 years, have double-digit game experience. Who you think the coach gonna roll with? The coach is more than likely going to roll with the kid who has the most experience. It's a business. So from the business perspective, if you have a new coach or a first-year head coach or a coach that's on the hot seat, that coach is, in certain cases, 7 out of 10 chances, going to roll with the kid with the most experience. Now, there are some exceptions in this climate. One of the exceptions in the climate is if it's a high school kid that you've been recruiting for a while that you really like. I know with Conquer Sports Pros right now, we have 12 kids on our roster for class of 22 guys that utilize our recruiting services. And it's a piece of work. My staff have a lot going on right now in regards to getting this thing rolling with recruiting because the surface changes too much. One day a coach don't need you, the next day he do. And that's because of the portal. They don't have the heads up that a guy is going to transfer, right? JUCO's been around, transfer portals has been around, but coronavirus hasn't been around in past years. And that's another thing I want all the high school football recruits out there to realize. We're in a global pandemic. So the NCAA has allowed players, seniors, they granted them another year due to Corona. And some guys are granted 2 years because they used the same thing last year, or I think the rules is you can only use it once. Well, whatever the case may be, coaches have to honor that. And now you have another scholarship held up. So don't be alarmed and don't feel bad. And I'm not just talking to my clients. I'm talking to, again, this is a message for all high school recruits, class of 22, and parents. Because I know for parents it's stressful too, because you have to deal with it every day with your kid. So be mindful of that. Kids, don't beat yourself up. Just trust the process. Well, that phrase is said a lot. Trust the process, trust the process. It means more this year than in past years. It means more this year than ever. Because trusting the process in this climate is being patient. Is going to be a lot of surprises on signing day. A lot of surprises. Don't be surprised all the surprises you're going to see on signing day. So I do believe the days after signing day, a lot of kids will hear from more coaches and have more opportunities. So don't feel rushed. And I want y'all to, if y'all don't forgot everything else I said, kids, don't feel rushed to sign. I have a class of 22 senior as well. He's a punter. He's one of the top punters in the country, ranked 35th in the country. He's ranked number 1, number 2 in the state of Louisiana. He's being recruited. He has some opportunity. Kentrell has some things he has to get together too. For the other 11 kids that we have on our roster right now, for those kids, everybody's situation is different. I don't think we're not going to have one kid sign tomorrow. All of our kids know their talent. They know the teams that are interested in them, and we're waiting for new opportunity. That's what's going on right now. And keep in mind, I talk to college coaches, especially right now, every day. Every day I'm averaging talking to at least 4 to 5 coaches. So the content that I'm giving y'all right now isn't just an opinion that I formulated. This is me using common sense, but also talking to all of my coaches that I'm cool with. And some of the coaches are new. Some of them, they just hit us in the database, or they just reached out to one of our players. And that's just the bottom line. They don't have a whole bunch of scholarships, right? So a lot of guys have to go in as PWOs. Now, some parents may ask, what's a PWO? A PWO is a preferred walk-on offer. That's for a student that a coach really likes, right? And they want to bring that kid in, but they don't have any scholarships money. Now, in the world of NIL, and this is important for the parents, don't let these coaches just sit there and tell y'all that they don't have no money. Because if they're really interested in your kid, they're going to find the money to get your kid there. So don't let any coach BS y'all and say, oh, we just don't have the money. No, it's not that y'all don't have the money. It's just that you are more interested in someone else, and you want this kid to come in as a backup plan. Come on, hello, somebody. It's definitely NFL free agency going on right now in the world of high school football and college football. It just is what it is. So it's those scouts' jobs. I know the challenge for them is to keep engaging with the kid in case something goes wrong. The prized possession kid that you want decommits and goes somewhere else, you're going to come back and holler at kid B. And that kid B knows his value too, and understands his worth too. So when you come back, it may not be that same situation. One thing I do appreciate, the coaches that I've been talking to, and they have been looking at some of our players as well, how transparent they are. They're like, hey, we like him, but we just don't have this. Well, we can possibly do that. So don't let those coaches tell y'all that there's not no possibilities, right? Because there are definitely possibilities out there. So, guys, don't shy away from a PWO, because a PWO today is totally different from a PWO even last year because of NIL and the way the surface has changed this past summer. So be mindful of that as well. Signing day. Signing day is tomorrow, but if you don't sign tomorrow, that doesn't mean there won't be opportunities to sign later. Just in the past 4 years with Conquer, I may have had a handful of students sign on signing day, like the Donald Bernards of the world. Biscuit a few years ago, he signed on signing day. Adonis Furlow at Tulane, he signed on signing day. But everybody else signed in April, June, in some cases July before training camp. Why? Because the surface is changing on a daily. What coaches need today, they won't need tomorrow. What coaches need tomorrow, they already got today, and they don't realize it because of the way the transfer portal is working. Keep in mind, the April signing date, pay attention to this. A lot of guys are going to be transferring during spring ball because they don't like the way their situation is. So they're going to transfer. That's just what's going on right now. So I wanted to talk to y'all for 10 minutes this morning, just simply about A, PWO isn't the same thing that it used to be. B, you don't have to rush to sign tomorrow or anytime, so to say, that in certain cases. If you got a bird in the hand and it's a good fit, hello, somebody, sign. Have tunnel vision. I think that's the most important thing. Be like that horse. Put the blinders on. Don't pay attention to the guys on side of you, right? And stay focused, because that's how you win. You think, these horses, their trainers are letting them just pay attention to everybody around them? That's how you lose the race. So my message for you guys is, don't lose the race. Win the race. Be patient. If y'all have any questions, hit me up at Big Fave 504, or y'all can hit me up at Conquer Sports. Hello, somebody. Let's get it.